Hey guys, welcome back to A Dog's Breakfast, where it's an absolute shit show. Well, today we're going to talk a bit of shit in true form.
Absolutely. With no clear direction on what we're going to talk about, but we're just going to have a chat.
Yeah,
We just want to catch up.
fill you guys in.
Yeah.
Don't know what on yet.
We don't know. But what we do know is that every week it's been quite evident that we've been kind of weaving in particular foods or drinks into our podcast. And we're going to just every week...
Make it a bit of a segment.
Yeah, have a different drink.
We'll try and have a different one.
Yeah.
There may be times we do repeats.
But most of the time we probably will
We'll try
try
and
a
find
different...
something outlandish to taste. Let you guys know what we think. Bit of a review. I'm drinking trusty old Your Mates Larry this episode.
Yeah. And
Unreal.
we're going to share... So I've got my usual cider, but I have that like every week. But by the way, it's just like a Strongbow apple cider. It's a low-carb one.
For the fitness, the gains.
It just tastes better. It's not as sweet. It's so much better. But this one is by Wayward Brewing Co. I'd never heard of it. What is it?
Wayward.
Wayward. Okay, not Wayward. Okay.
Yeah, or Wayward.
And it's a peach and vanilla sour. So it is, peaches and cream. We'll see how this. It says it's a fruity sour ale with a hint of vanilla. We haven't opened it yet.
I don't like sours. Everyone that I've had.
But I want to try it.
Brooke sorta. I think you do like. I think you've had a blueberry sour.
It's
or something
funny.
before.
I just saw the can and I was like, oh, that's cute.
Then you also remember that it's actually like a beer.
And then I was like, oh, it's a beer, but it's still a cute can. So, because we've got a really good, hang on, let me open this and then we'll talk about like where we're getting them from because, oh, it smells horrible.
So it's 1.5 standard drinks, 5.2%. So 15% IBU. I'm pretty sure the IBU is the bitterness. It's the scale of bitterness. I'm fairly sure.
Oh, really? So what is IBU?
Yeah, international bitter.
IBU.
Is what it is.
A beer measurement is used to approximately the bitterness of a beer.
Yeah.
So
15% IBU. Wonder if is it higher or lower? Is the more bitter?
it doesn't.
I think it'll be higher.
I didn't check.
But I don't know what the scale goes to.
Oh wow, it goes from it goes up to 100 plus, but it doesn't tell me whether it's like bitter.
All right, so a Bud Light, Miller, or a Coors is 10-ish. So this is 15. So this isn't very bitter because they're not very bitter. And then like the IPAs, they're bitter, so they're like 80.
Oh, that's
up
why
to
that.
100.
Okay,
so 0
okay.
to 100.
So it's not very bitter. My reaction was because I didn't think it was going to taste like that. That's why I was like, oh, but it does have the vanilla cream flavour aftertaste, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really surprising that.
You get the sour and then it's like a vanilla. So it's like a vanilla bourbon aftertaste, is what it says.
I kind of like it.
Where's it from? Camperdown.
I could have one of them. I don't think I could have a 6-pack or,
Yeah, they're not a treat yourself. Have 6 of them.
It's really interesting. I don't know where the peach flavour's coming from, though. If it is there, it's underlying. It's not really...
The vanilla. It's got just like a sour and then a vanilla aftertaste.
You can definitely taste the vanilla and cream kind of flavour coming through.
It's one of the better sours I've had. I've had a couple and I haven't liked them at all.
Yeah.
I got some mango ones and they were disgusting.
Yeah.
Mango sours. I don't even think I drank them. They were that bad.
We are really into you love trying the different types of beers. So we actually have like our local bottle-o who we go to.
Yeah, it's just celebrations and they've got a massive selection.
Huge selection, but it's a tiny bottle-o.
Yeah, and they're really helpful. I was looking for one certain beer, which we will do a review on probably next week. Or maybe the week after.
Yeah.
If I leave them in the fridge that long.
Yeah.
And I was chasing it, and he actually went out of his way and told us, oh no, I don't have any, but such and such across the road has 8 of them. There's 11 of them in Maroochydore.
Mm.
So that was pretty cool. Like he's pretty happy, and he also will like order your stuff. Remember we ordered
I ordered in
tonics,
yeah,
like tonic water
for Christmas.
Yeah, we
it
wanted
was
a certain flavoured tonic.
Rose flavoured tonic water that I wanted for gin over Christmas.
Yeah.
So
that's at Stockland, Bottinia
So
celebrations. Really good.
So good. Oh my god.
And yeah, there's like a fridge full of craft beer.
Oh, and they are like the nicest, coolest people in there.
Yep.
But anyway, it's more so about like, I just couldn't believe the selections of their boutique beers that they have in there and all their random drinks. Like, that is crazy. Why is it saying it's an independent, certified independent? I've never seen that on a beer before.
I have, but I don't know what it means.
It just isn't
this one
it's
is.
probably just not under.
So is your mates.
So it must mean that it's not a
Not like a
like a 4X beer that also does.
C certified.
No, you can see it better on this one.
Beep beep. Yeah, that one's probably better.
This one's better. Everyone's like, yeah, we don't care. But anyway,
Doesn't focus.
But I love looking at all the different. But anyway, long story short, give this a try. I think it would be worth one can, not worth a pack.
If you like sours, I think you'll be all over it.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm turning 30 this year. I just need everyone to know that. I'm going to have a mental breakdown probably.
It's not that bad.
It
I feel
is.
like life got so much better when I was 30.
Yeah, but thanks. I don't know. I'm nervous to turn 30. I just feel like when you're 30, everyone's like, so are you having kids? When are you doing this? What's happening? Like, it just freaking leads up into like
Life pressures.
the pressure. And everyone being like, what's happening next? What's all this? And
Why
it's
aren't
like,
you
calm
married?
down. I'm
You should
just
be married.
30 is a number. Chill out.
You
But
should
now
have a house. You should be married.
and so it's not me, like, I think I'm going to be like, oh shit, I'm scared to turn 30. But it's like everyone else is making me be like, scared to turn 30.
Still don't get it. It's such a fucking old way of looking at shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like society's way. It's like, why? Why do I have to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
We're pretty... Oh, we're pushing against the boundary there
Yeah.
fairly
We-
well. But we've had fun.
We do whatever the fuck we want, really.
Yeah, and the more people tell you to do it, the less you want to do it.
I know, right? When everyone's like, excuse me, why aren't you guys married yet? And it's like, well, we know we are together. Like,
Yeah, why rush?
what's the marriage? Like, the only thing is I want Trent's surname. That's really it. I just want to have your surname and then call it a day.
I'm quite happy to go to the registry. And just
I would
sign the
love
paper
that.
and be done.
I would love that, but my dad would... Dad would
Chris
not...
would
He'd be
probably
like,
kill me.
no, that's not happening. But, because all he really wants to do is just walk me
Yeah, that's fair enough.
me down the aisle. You know, I'm the firstborn. But yeah, it was funny. Trent and I were talking about this the other day, how everyone gets the not just from their family, right, from anyone, gets it's like at a certain point in time, success for life means that you've had kids, marriage, house, and that's it. And that's like the
Done.
traditional sense of
Living the dream.
living the dream. I just don't know if that's it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
I don't know if I don't think that is it. No, I know I'm getting a little bit deep, but I'm like...
There's definitely more.
There's more.
There's way more.
And it
I don't
sucks
know.
we can't travel at the
Yeah.
moment because, like, that obviously 2020 was meant to be, like,
Yeah.
a year of travel, and I love that we had planned it out. Because every year, Trent and I, like, map out our year,
Our goals.
our
And then we
goals
try and-
for our years.
It's crazy, like, you see people talk about, like, manifesting stuff. And we did it, and it was pretty insane. how
Because
quickly-
everything on the list came,
Even stuff that was, like, a bit far-fetched, like...
like, very far-fetched.
So I broke my wrist, and then that wasn't part of the plan, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we had written on our board that we were going to go travel South Africa for a month. And I think I broke my wrist in.
And we wanted to have our house savings free.
Yeah.
Oh, there was all these other
There's
little
all these things.
items,
and when I
but
broke my wrist, I was like, fuck, I've probably ruined that now. But then by the end of the year, we were in a better position than we had on our board.
then
plus
he had
like a $7,000 or $8,000 wrist surgery. And
your knee.
Yeah. I
Your
did
knee
that as
was
well the year
your knee
before.
was no, your knee was early in that year, and then you did your wrist the
No, it
next.
was the year before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It was like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Year
Oh
and a
no,
half
it
or
was
something
because it was
before.
when I was working overseas.
But anyway, if you manifest stuff, it actually happens. It's insane.
Sometimes you just got to sit down though, because also we're not saying
Yeah,
that
we're a bit lazy with it.
we've been lazy this year with it
We
because
haven't done it. We need to.
because this year we made like a digital one where we had a
Yeah.
shared notes and we put up
Don't
all
think
our
it's the
stuff,
same.
but we don't think it's the same. I think you actually have to like visually see it every
Write
day
it
and
down,
write
stick
it
it to
down.
a corkboard or
Yeah,
write
'cause
on
that's
the
what-
fridge or
We did. We had it like up on a cork board in our bedroom on our dresser, and you see it every morning when you wake up, and it like helps to visually see what are your goals. And also it's just nice to have like common goals between yourself. Obviously we had personal goals, like I know I have a lot of like personal goals of like things that I
development.
yeah, but yeah, it's interesting like looking towards the future with your partner and actually having that common goal.
Yeah, because it fucking shocks you when someone goes like. We actually met a couple out at a pub one night.
Oh, you do?
And-
Yes.
Like this, well, like 10 minutes in the conversation, she goes, "So, what are your goals in life?" And I was just like, "Fuck!" Like, it just hits you. You're like, "Holy shit!" Like, do we actually have goals? Like at that point, we had goals
We had
written
goals,
down and
yeah.
everything. But then she was like going even deeper. And was like, yeah, but what do you want for yourself? And like, fully like pushing in. You're like, holy shit! Like, people
I love
actually,
people like that though.
yeah, plan out that much. Like, and I remember ages ago, you came home from work and someone had asked you, "What's your 5-year plan?" And you're like, "We don't have a 5-year plan."
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit! And then you actually write one down that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
before you do it, you're like,
You're like, what is my
I don't have
what
a
is
fucking,
my
I don't have a plan. I'm just going to work, coming home,
That's it. Doing the grind.
and then you're like, oh, I hate my job. Go back to work. Ooh, weekend party. Do whatever you want to do on the
Yeah.
weekend. Monday sucks. But there has to be more.
We're not experts in it either, but it was so odd that the 1 year that we documented, because we did a 3-year,
Yeah, we did 3 years.
and it was that the first year, because we first started it in 2019. Yeah, it
No,
was,
it
because that was
does.
the
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh, maybe.
2019 was the first year. So it was like to the end of year 2018, early 2019, we documented it all for like a 3-year goal. And it was really weird, because now we're at the end of that. We're having
Yeah.
to restart up. What does that look like? But so weird that all of that came.
Oh, and
You just got to be, but I think with it, because even this, we need to like get better at putting down what we want to achieve, because like we always
Yeah,
have all
but you
these
need to-
conversations
you
but
need to
never
put-
actually put.
and higher goals.
Yeah,
Like, what's the saying? Shoot for the moon and end up at the stars or
yeah,
something.
fall among. If you
Yeah.
don't meet it, whatever, you fall amongst
Like,
the
that
stars.
is so true, because we set some pretty unrealistic boundaries and smashed them though, and like
Yeah.
a lot quicker. And
But it was financial ones. They were financial ones that we thought were very unrealistic. But
But it's like, I don't know. You definitely need to set them higher,
Hmm.
higher than what you expect.
yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
And don't beat yourself up if you do miss them, because
And that's the thing,
grow
right?
on that.
Exactly, because without them, you wouldn't have even got 70% of the way there. So being 70% of the way there is still the journey to get there,
Yeah.
because I think the goal... Oh, fuck, here I am. I sound like I fucking know what I'm talking about. I actually don't. We're just saying
We're
that...
trained life coaches.
We're just
if
saying
anyone
that this
wants
is
to know.
one example where we actually put something into practice and it worked. Are we just talking about this because like we were talking about earlier how we needed to put a specific plan into place, because we were saying fuck, we're at the end of like
Yeah, we haven't got anything ahead now.
we're ahead, yeah, and now we have to like reassess and go back through it. I feel like we're like unpacking because we wanted to put certain items of like financial goal, personal goal, but I said to Trent I want them to be specific and measurable, because last time we had all these goals but we said we wanted it by X amount of time.
We just went hard and
we
bang,
just, yeah.
got it, and then it's like, well, what now?
What now? Whereas I think now it like if we
You want
put
to stage it a bit.
if we put not unrealistic but ones where you're like, wow, this would be amazing if we could do
We
this
gotta
in
work
2
on that,
years.
yeah.
If we could do that in 2 years. I mean, that'd be great. But yeah, anyway, we don't have to go into the specifics of what it is. But
yeah, the whole social acceptance of this is how you do life, this is what you need to do. If you don't do it like this, you won't be happy, you won't be successful. It's like, I don't believe it.
nah. Happiness is just whatever makes you happy, not whatever, because it kind of is crazy that some people will...
You see some people get locked into happiness.
Yeah.
But it's not their reality.
It's not
it's
theirs.
Like
it's someone else's.
They're
living
or
someone
their families
else's.
Or someone else's has like pressured them into it, and then when they're in it, you can see them like, I don't think this is what I thought it was going to be, but they just make it work. Or, or they don't.
Or they don't, yeah.
Yeah, pretty wild. I'd hate to be in that position. I'd hate to work myself into that hole.
What, like living someone else's life?
Yeah, like back yourself into a hole and be like, oh, I'm fucked now, like I've got to stay here or work my way out of it. Like,
fuck, that'd be so stressful. We're lucky that we're in it together.
Communication there as well between us, like really good communication, I think helps.
Yeah, I over communicate probably sometimes.
Yeah, I don't communicate.
Yeah, yes you do. You communicate. You just don't communicate. Do you know what Trent does?
Stuff
I go to Trent's... Yeah, the simple stuff. The big stuff, Trent and I are fucking brilliant at communicating the big shit in life. Like, our goals, our morals, like, all of that. We'll have, like, big... Like, Trent and I really have big, deep and meaningfuls and really dive into, like, our future and you know, just
what we
philosophy.
Want out of
in general, like, we do all that. Trent is fucking shocking, though, at communicating the small shit. And an example of this is where I went out to Trent's... We were catching up with Trent's family, and they're talking, and they're like, oh, did you hear what happened to Uncle? I won't say, like, the names, but did you hear about what happened with the Uncle? And I was like, no, what's happening? And they're like, oh, we're knocking over the shed, we're doing all this stuff. Hasn't Trent tell you he's coming out next weekend to help work on the stuff? I'm like, no, I have no idea what's happening. And it's like, and it was like a big... thing. It doesn't sound like much, but it, like, you know, because your uncle was not well and all this stuff, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You just we got the big shit right, but it's the small, like, day to days. Family's like, do you not talk? And I'm like, no, we talk about everything except for, like, really small, minute stuff. Like, I'm talking. Trent and I don't even really talk about sometimes the small stuff of, like... I
went for a job interview the other day. I rang Brooke after it and I'm like, oh yeah, I had my job interview today. She's like, what?
But I knew that you...
Was that today? And I'm like, yeah. Oh wow, how'd you go? I'm like, yeah, good.
But the thing is...
keep cooking dinner.
we knew that was happening. Yeah, because it was we're talking about, like, okay, if you go do this, what's our 2-year plan for this, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about all that. But I didn't know the when the interview was, all of that. That was just really...
Yeah. And you're like, when did you do it? And I was like, oh, over the phone at work. I'm like, what?
But I knew it was happening, I just didn't know when. But it's like all that kind of stuff, like the timings of our week to week. Like, I had a big...
yeah, well, you don't have time to tell me what you're doing every day at work. Like, fucking hell.
No. Like, I had a really big presentation that I was doing, and I hadn't even really told Trent. And I remember we were, like, at a family thing, and I'm like, oh, guess what? I'm actually doing this thing for work with this, with the Oz Contact Awards, blah, blah, blah. And Trent's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm, like, going up for this... blah blah, and he's like,
so it turns out we don't actually communicate.
We communicate the big shit.
Yeah, we go into depth with the life goal shit. Only in the last few years too.
But
it's actually made us better.
But what's the point in communicating the small shit? Like, we trust each other.
Day-to-day shit.
Day-to-day stuff. Like, you know what I'm doing, I know what you're doing, the day-to-day stuff. Because otherwise people get caught up in the day-to-day stuff. Like, if I get caught up in the day-to-day stuff, then I'm just...
You see, like, people get caught up in it, and it's like...
Then you're sharing that negative energy too.
Yeah, and it's also like the simplest shit, and they let it drive them down. You know what I mean? Like, the simplest little task or whatever they do during the week, it becomes a drama. And you're like, it's not that fucking
That's not
hard.
That big. In the bigger picture, like, that's just general stuff. Yeah, like, I hear people whinge about, oh, I've got to go from this place at 5 p.m, do this, and this, and it's like...
Oh, I'm normally home by 5, is it?
That's just general...
Get
life
home
stuff.
Late. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares?
That's that. Yeah. I can't understand that.
Yeah, no, me neither. But I'm glad that we are good at communicating the bigger stuff.
Mm.
Bigger stuff.
Like dogs. Do you want a dog?
We want a dash hound or a Benji.
Basenji.
Basenji, sorry.
But it'd be
Basenji.
called Benji.
Oh my god. Benji the Basenji.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
But then I think like you're better off having a kid, Nelly.
Do you reckon?
Well, because you can take the kid everywhere. Like when you go at the beach, you can't take the dog. Yeah,
You
the
could take
dogs-
a little dog everywhere. Can't you? My parents
Not
take their
supposed to.
dog every... Yeah, I know they're not meant to, but they do. Like into like...
But like, it's almost more of a burden.
What do you mean?
The kid you can take, and you still have to feed it. You got to feed the dog.
You gotta feed the dog and the cat and the cats
Wash the
and
dog. Wash the kid.
and the animal.
Kid makes a mess. Animal makes a
But
mess.
isn't animals are easier? This is stupid.
Animals, yeah, less reliant.
We're not saying that kids are hard, and we're not saying
No.
kids are easy. That's not what we're saying.
No, but
You're
I'm
saying
saying
it.
like as
We're saying it
restrictive.
as we're talking about restrictions in life, is what Trent's talking
Yeah.
about it. Not talking about as in
Not saying that having
overall.
a kid's fucking easy.
Yeah, that's not
Before
what we're
everyone starts
saying.
blowing up
Yeah,
and coming.
that's what I was trying to dial about
Oh,
because
you can blow
I
up about it.
knew what your brain was.
Yeah,
I'm in tune.
Yeah.
I'm in tune. I knew that he was talking about like the restrictions of life. Like some
Yeah.
people, will, because
If you're gonna go overseas, you throw the kid.
you're taking the kid with you.
Yeah.
If you're going overseas, who's looking after your
Animal.
dog? Yeah, or your cat,
Cat.
or whatever.
Goldfish.
Yeah. Cat's fucking easy.
I think so, but my mate Jay, his family went on holidays, and they left the cat at home, and they came home, and it was like inside a pillowcase with a can on its head, a cat food can, like one of those deep ones, inside the pillowcase, but on top of a bookshelf. Just
How long it had been there for, you reckon?
I don't know. They're like, what the fuck?
That's
How
fucking
the fuck
scary.
did you do that? Like,
And why are you in a pillowcase
they
with
had
it?
to get the
with
can on your head and then
in the
inside
pillow?
a fucking pillowcase on top of a fucking bookshelf, mate. What are you doing? What have
One
you
more
been
day,
doing?
that would have been gone. Hopefully, it had just been in there for a few minutes. Hey,
Cats are fucking weird.
cats are weird. Why do cats? Sorry, now I'm
Weird
on a cat. So Trent and I.
This podcast is just fucking going wherever today.
Oi, it's a dog's
Strap
breakfast.
yourself in
It's
and
a-
fucking hold on.
It's a dog's breakfast. It's a shit show. But cats. So Trent and I really we have a
Yeah.
complex with cats. We like a cat sometimes. Like after staying at my parents for one weekend,
Yeah,
which
they
we
were
talked
good.
about ages ago. They were okay, but one cat was pretty shit, and I'm confused on them. They really are very complex animals to me because they're either shit, like absolute shits, or they're good. Whereas dogs are like always
Loyal.
good.
Just loyal as shit.
Just the best.
Just want to be around.
I need to have a conversation. What is going to be good is once our house is built, we'll be able to have different people in
Yeah.
the podcast because right now we're not able to. But I want to have someone who fucking loves cats.
I got him.
Who?
Frizzer.
Oh
Jet ski
yeah.
with him.
Okay.
He's
Because
got two fucking furless cats.
because he talks about
The
and
skin
like it's
cats.
sick because I
Skin
can
kitten.
skin kitten. But I can understand why people love their animals like that. That I can totally understand that love. It's just what makes cats good.
Because, like, I've said this before.
Mm-hmm.
You're patting a cat and it fucking bites you. If a dog did that, you're literally putting it down.
Yeah, why do cats get a free pass? Is it because they're little? Have you seen those fucking massive cats? The big ones, and I think they're like actually
the leopard-looking ones with the spots. Yeah,
they the long ass legs on them.
yeah.
Hectic.
No, I like
because
the-
that one's not getting a
I
free
like
pass for
the
biting you.
chipmunk. Is it the chipmunk?
What the
You know,
rag doll?
No, there's like the little chipmunk ones, and they're actually like deformed,
What
like they've been bred
over time?
over time, and now
Okay.
they're like got like a short spine and stumpy little legs, and like a big head.
Don't know.
That's the type of cat I like.
Don't know. We used to have a neighbour who would have
Oh,
Sabine's, yeah.
A
was a
ragdoll.
rag doll.
It
was
was a fucking
sick.
dog.
It was
It
a
was a
dog.
dog.
It was a proper. It would fucking bounce off the walls. It would come into our house because we would. Sometimes it would just want to come into
It'd
our
follow
house.
us home.
It would follow us home and come into the house and fucking just pepper, like kick off my leg, fucking all over the
He'd
place.
be fine
like
for a bit, just
it-
snooping around, and then after a while, he'd get like a bit like comfortable in the area. I remember Brooke was walking to the door once, and he just like jumped off the couch onto Brooke, and then like kicked off her. And she's like, "All right, that's it. Get the fuck out." And he's
Like, you know those
so amped
goats?
up.
You know those goats that just jump off shit? They just fucking BAM! 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 And they're just jumping all over. This is what that cat was what is it?
Parkouring.
Parkouring over me. Like, it was using me as an obstacle, was parkouring
and
all
you could
over
go
me.
like you could like point at the window when there was like
it would
an
parkour
insect,
on
and it'd
the-
like fucking dive at it and try and grab it. He's a proper dog,
Yeah, it was sick.
and he was fucking big.
It was sick.
He's a big
Big,
boy.
fluffy
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
What was his name? Buster?
Buster.
So sick. So that was a cool cat. But
then you get
overarching, you get some shit
You
ones.
pat him, just latches hold it. It's like
But do you think that it knows that we're not here for it? Maybe maybe that
it senses
it knows, it senses that you're a dog lover. Because don't they say cats are secretly going to take over the world? Isn't that a thing?
I think they're aliens.
The
Personally,
aliens. Aliens.
Personally, I feel like the cat is an alien.
Yeah.
They do the weirdest shit, like when they like lick and they turn their neck like 180 and look behind them.
What is
Right.
that?
Stop doing that. That's fucking weird.
Don't do that.
Snap your neck.
Don't fucking hell, Jesus. I realise through this podcast how much I swear. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm such a bogan that I realise.
friendly.
Yeah, it's not.
But
But why do I swear so much anyway?
what will we get? Will we get a cat?
No.
And they fuck your furniture up.
They do. Why do they
chew
do
and
that?
Scratch shit. And then you're like, oh, I'll get a scratch pole.
But
They
don't
use
hang
it.
on. But dogs do that too.
Some.
Some dogs do. No, but when they're young, they do that. And there's even some dogs now where
I would-
like I see
I
online
would
that would
discipline
fuck.
my animal to stop that.
Yeah, you should. But there's certain disciplinary tactics, aren't there? Like they say, if your dog's digging a hole, but to put pepper in it. Does that actually fucking work though?
I don't know. I don't see a big dog just going,
Like-
oh no, there's some pepper there.
Like,
A couple of sneezes is going to stop it. Like, no.
I'm telling you right now, if I was a puppy and there was pepper in the hole, I love pepper. Although if it was, maybe you put the white pepper,
It goes up their nose.
the black pepper. No. But I'm thinking about this pepper.
No.
Do you know what I was thinking? I'm
Maybe
like,
it's like the ground pepper.
I'm thinking you going over the hole and you're like. Whereas, like, if it was, you know, that fine black pepper that you love,
Yeah, the black pepper or the white pepper. Yeah.
that fine
It's a
pepper,
red
that
ground.
Trent puts it over his food, and I get a whiff of it, and I'm like, oh, like,
Sneezing.
yeah, and I do. I full on sneeze because I'm like, but you put so much pepper on your food.
Yeah.
Because I put a lot of pepper, but I love cracked pepper, like proper pepper. Trent's likes. What is it called?
No, it's just ground.
Just ground,
So it's like
fine
a
ground.
flour. It's like as thin as flour.
It's so weird.
But what will we
Yeah.
get? A cat or a dog? We'll obviously get a dog.
Dog. Dachshund,
And a Basenji.
Basenji. There's lots of different dogs we want, but those are like the two that we love. But Jack Russells are sick.
Yeah.
Jack Russells are sick. Like, it's funny, Trent and I used to really want a big dog, but we've kind of evolved, like, when we were, like, maybe, like, 7 years ago, we wanted a bigger dog.
Yeah. I would
But-
have a big Roddy or something, but
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. You wanted a Roddy, but as time has gone on, we've realised we probably want like a medium to small size dog, just because it's a bit more
it's easier, manageable.
manageable.
Because
Yeah.
we still want to be able to travel. Like even
when we can travel,
even when
again,
we have
yeah.
a kid, we still want to travel.
Yeah.
So then, if you got a bigger dog, it's going to be harder to get people to look after it. Get something small. People
Yeah.
are probably a bit more inclined to help you out.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because we're going to be going, excuse me, look after our puppy. We're going places.
What about foxies?
Mini foxies?
Yeah.
So that's because you know Vinny, like our dog, well, it was a mini fox, like he was a mini fox cross Jack
Yeah.
Russell, I'm pretty sure.
There was a dog this morning,
So
like
cute.
this big at the beach,
Really?
like that tall, and it would look like it was fully grown. and it ran over and I was patting it for a while. It was
So
so
little.
small. So
So
small.
cute.
And it looked like a foxy, but tinier.
Like Kieran's little chihuahuas,
Yeah.
they're so
The
cute.
Chihuahuas.
They're the cutest ever. Like the littlest, cutest. Trent like
They
shows me
must be,
pictures
like-
of them and they're fucking the
I think
coolest.
they're mini. Are they miniature? Is that a thing?
Miniature. I don't know, but they're fucking tiny.
I know that is like an apple head, they say. Is that the shape of it?
Yeah, because chihuahuas have like tiny. They're tiny, but they like their brain or isn't it something about their? Actually, I'm gonna stop talking because I don't actually know what I'm
Going
talking
on a
about.
tangent.
Correct, and I was about to jump into something that I actually have no business of explaining. So
Most people would be like, wrong,
yeah, and I hope
wrong.
everyone knows that I don't research anything. Like I feel like sometimes people will tell me things and I take that as gospel. I understand that that's a really bad trait because people will tell me things and like I will take that as like gospel.
I feed
like
you
that's-
bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, all the time. I feed you bullshit. So like,
Healthy.
just feeding each other bullshit all the time. All right. Let's jump into our
Weekly
anything else
segment
you want
of-
to talk about?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
That's enough shit for today.
Yeah, exactly. Let's jump into our Would You Rather segment. All right. So I've got a couple here.
Righto. I haven't.
Just
So Brooke's been doing these would you rather's and
yeah,
I've had nothing to
it's-
do with them.
It's
so
never. This is my weekly.
it's sort of good because
task.
then I'm just dumbfounded.
Yeah, exactly. And I love them. But I haven't had time to have a think about these. So, would you rather the first aliens to make contact to be robotic or organic? And what I mean by organic, like, is like they're like a organic material like
Yeah,
you
not-
and I.
not
Or,
programmed.
yeah. What would you rather?
Well, robotic would mean that they are probably more powerful.
What makes you say that, though? That's your assumption, right? Because you think alien, you think future, realistic. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying robotic or... Like, I think you can put your own boundaries on it if you want.
Well, I picture them as being like robotic and strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then like aliens being similar to us, but maybe having a power of some form.
Yeah, I know. They have to be better than us. We can't be having all of a sudden randomly
Nah.
some different people coming here and
Not just
they
us.
jump out and they're just
Just-
an average Joe.
Get
he's
out,
like,
mate.
he's like, I'm lost. Do you know where I find...
I think I'd rather it be organic because then I feel like we'd be able to mingle.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think I would want it to be more organic. Although, I'm torn with this. I think my original reaction, but just from hearing you chat through that, my original reaction is organic because I think you almost feel like a sense of...
Yeah, then it'd be like
It's a sense of...
like another country instead of another world.
It's a sense of knowing that they have a conscience. Like, it's that understanding of what that looks like. But robotic... We can leverage their technology if it's robotic. But then I'm like, how do you build rapport with a robot? How do you relate? How do we get them on board? Like, that is challenging to
What
talk
I'm
through.
worried
So,
about is like what Pauline Hanson would think about aliens coming to the country.
she doesn't want anyone going anywhere at the best of times. So she's going to be
She's
like,
not gonna be
sorry, you are not from... Sorry, I know you're
She'll
going to
be
advance human mankind. But and by the way, this is not a political podcast, so don't be opening up that. But I think we all know she
wouldn't be impressed.
She's not impressed. I'm thinking organic. I'm thinking I
Yeah.
want them to be organic.
I feel
Only
like
because
it's
it's a bit more relatable. It's a bit
And
more...
hopefully they're nice and you can mingle.
Yeah, I want to mingle with all their mates. I want to go to their planet. I want them to come here. How cool would it be to party with an alien? I reckon they would know how to party.
Yeah, imagine going to their party.
Can they come to my 30th yacht party?
Yeah.
I would love them to come.
Well, you're just announcing that on the YouTube, though.
What?
Your yacht party. Fucking hell.
No one knows where it is.
YouTube money just rolling in, see? Chucking yacht parties.
I said to Trent, I have to have a big 30th. I have to go out with a bang because
It's like this.
What?
Like you're talking about, it's like your funeral. Have to go out with a big bang. You're still alive.
I know, babe, but I
30's
get
where
that.
it's fucking at. 30's
So
living.
I get that. I totally understand that. I understand it's just a number. I do get that.
There's no way I was
It's-
writing down goals when I was fucking 25. I tell you that.
No, but I was.
Yeah, but
I was with
you're a
you.
better person.
No, but I was with you. So like you
Once you're
influenced
30,
me positively.
boom. Financially stable, and you have like
Yeah,
goals
true.
and shit you want to set for your
I think.
rest of your life.
Do you think you've got a bit more purpose in your 30s?
Yeah.
Like you kind of understand. It's like 30s are almost that realization of going. I get why we're here. I get what I'm doing. I get my
And this
future.
is what I want to do.
Yeah, and now I'm living for me.
Mhm.
Thank you for that support. Okay, so we're saying we want the first, run it back a bit, we want the
Organic.
first aliens that make contact to be organic. All right. Do you know what I just realised to be organic? It's like not sprayed with pesticides. Anyway. All right.
Not injected.
We're talking about organic as in the matter. But anyway, would you rather be covered in fur or be covered in scales? Think about this one. Have a think.
Scales would be
Drop it in, have a think about it.
probably a bit more robust.
Mm-hmm.
Fur,
Mm-hmm.
cute as shit.
So cute. That's what I'm saying.
Big, fluffy.
You're just the fluffiest, cutest thing ever.
And we're
hey?
talking like that real, like fluffy.
I'm
dog
talking.
fur.
I'm talking like little. Like when I say fur, I'm not thinking
Like
the
puppy,
rough.
like little puppy, fluffy
Puppy
fur.
fluff. Yep.
Yeah,
Puppy fluff?
I'm going puppy fluff.
Or silky scales.
Nah, puppy fluff. Hopefully chicks love it.
You're going out. You're like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fully. Oh my god, it's like off
Who's
the-
gonna? Yeah, nah. Scales. Yeah. You go the wrong way. It's like,
Oh my god, I just
like on a
realised that.
fish, like,
Well, that's why I
whoa.
said think about it, because I was thinking, if I have scales, does that mean I can am I now the world's fastest swimmer?
you're a Thorby.
Am I better than Thorby now because I've got scales? Like, do my hands become...
Web.
Do I have webs now? And am I...
Some
and
people
I
are
am
blessed with that.
smashing
Some
it.
people are blessed with the webs.
Yeah, why aren't they swimming?
Web toes.
Why
web
aren't they
hands.
swimming? Or is that not achieving the same thing on a human body that
It
it
should
would
be.
for... It should be, right?
If you had that much more, like up to here.
You got paddling. They're
It's like
paddles.
wearing paddles, yeah. Swimming's fucking hard too, by the way. Very
I like
hard.
swimming, though.
It's very hard.
I love
You want to
swimming.
get tuckered out? Do a couple of laps.
Yeah, I used to do morning laps. I go through stages but at the moment I'm definitely not doing morning laps in the winter. But I used to, and Trent would go out there and just like watch me.
Yeah, I did like
from the
one lap. And
balcony.
I'm
Yeah.
dying.
I
Alright, so I'm
wasn't
going
doing
fluffy.
it.
I want to
Okay.
be fluffy, fluffy.
I
fluffy,
am going fluffy. I'm going fur too, because. So I thought if I could do scales that I would be fast
No.
in the water and that I could be like a gold medalist or something. But I don't think scales is the only thing that's maybe making me fast. I think there's a little bit more
You
that
might
probably
be able to
goes
be-
into it.
You might be able to be furry and fast.
No, I think the fur's dragging me down. You know how when you pull a blanket out of the water, how fucking heavy that is?
Yeah.
I'd be a full
Well, you see
blanket,
the-
body covered.
Oh, you like that beanbag?
That's what
in
I'm
your
saying.
parents' pool. Holy shit.
It's a massive one,
So
like the
anyone
massive
that's
ones
been
in
to,
Bali.
yeah, like Mississippi and Bali, and they had those big beanbags that you float on. Brooke's parents had one in their pool.
They got a couple,
And my dad's
but
like,
there's a big one.
Can you give us a hand to pull us out? And I'm like, just a fucking beanbag.
Yeah, do it yourself, Chris.
And then like we start pulling it out, like holy fuck, it's like a couple hundred kilos. Like it's full of water,
It's
and
so
all
heavy.
the beans must be full of water. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it is so heavy.
Mhm.
So I don't know how they obviously never come out of the pool in Bali.
Yuck. No, they would. They would, right?
I reckon. I reckon they've been in there since.
Nah,
they've been
because
in there.
they don't. They did feel disgusting underneath, and they don't.
No,
Because I was laying
chlorine.
under.
Chlorine
Let's
stops
not
it.
talk about this because I'll get mad. Okay, so you're being covered in fur. I'm going to be covered in fur also. I just feel like fluffy furs
Yeah,
where
and
it's at.
warm in winter. Fucking hot.
Oh,
summer.
how warm would you be? Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we're both being covered in fur. Last one. Would you rather be stronger than the average or smarter than the average? This one's easy for me.
Yeah,
but
smarter.
yeah, obviously smarter.
Work smarter, not harder. You could be smarter and fucking probably outdo someone that's stronger. Easy.
Yeah.
Because you think of a better way to do something.
Yeah, exactly. And I think to be stronger, like, what is being stronger?
Yeah, that's also pretty broad. Could be
Like-
mentally, physically.
Like it,
But yeah.
but I talk stronger as physical strength because
Yeah.
strong, you can be strong will, strong like all of that. But overarching, I think I'd rather be like smarter
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
smarter.
because I took strong is physical and the smarter is how you work. So I think I would want to be smarter than the average. But then also you're smarter than the average. But I think you would be smarter than the average person.
Smarter than the average
You're
bear.
you're quite smart.
Street smart.
I'm not. No, I'm street smart. No. Trent is actually quite smart. Like you academically. Like I know you might have not been in school, but now since you're very quite.
Street smart.
But I'm street smart. You are not street smart. I am. Don't you think that? Let's be honest. I'm street smart.
Yeah.
Do you not think? We'll talk about this after because I want to understand what you mean by that. Why? I need an example of what you mean by that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go that far to say you're proper street smart.
I'm not smart. I'm saying street smart, like as in.
Well,
Anyway, we'll talk about it.
it's a debate for another time.
Exactly. We'll debate after. We've got lots to debate about. But anyway, that's it for it. We both said we're going to be smarter than the average
Bear.
bear. Exactly. Yeah. So that's it from us. Another week wrapped up.
Yep. Enjoy your week. Look after each other. See you guys next week.
Subscribe, like,
Follow.
follow Instagram, and thanks again.
See you guys.
See ya.
Chug, 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 chug. Is that it?
I can't chug, Hang on. How do you skull? How? Do you just open the neck?
Not really. That time, there's not much in there.
Skull that then.
This isn't bad.
I actually like this one.
If
Just
you like sours,
get on board.
you'll like that. I don't really like sours, is probably why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you guys.
Bye.